Hello, everyone. This is Doug Brown, and today I have Barry Flanagan here, and we're going to discuss a new, amazing hopTo feature called Max IE. So, Barry, you ready to get this thing going?
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. Thanks for joining us for this video.
I'm really excited about this. I'm really impressed with what you guys have done with Max IE. I've used it. I have it running here on my iPad, of course, and I tell you, what an amazing, it's just so fluid, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So real quick, can you tell everybody what is Max IE?
So, Max IE comes from the kind of the set of features that we announced and we launched last year for the hopTo work product, Max, which means mobile app experience. And the idea behind Max in general is to deliver existing Windows and now Internet Explorer-based applications straight to a mobile device like an iPad, but give the user a mobile app experience. Make that existing Windows application, the existing app designed for a PC, feel much more like it was designed specifically for a mobile device. Make it feel like it's touch-enabled. The challenge with delivering the Windows applications to mobile devices today, while technologies such as Citrix do a fantastic job of transporting your application, whether it's Windows-based or web-based, to your mobile device, the challenge is these applications are written for mouse and keyboard. And Citrix does provide some features to make that experience better. They also provide the mobility app SDK if you have the ability and have access to the source code of your app and you can rewrite the front end. But it can be a challenge for the great majority of applications. So our goal is to build on top of that transport that you receive from Citrix and transform the app and make it feel like a mobile application without having to rewrite that app itself. So what we launched last year, we launched three features we call Max Control, which gives you touch buttons to control your Windows app. We launched Max Zoom, which automatically recognizes when you tap into an input or edit field and zooms in and raises the keyboard. And Max Cam, which gives you access to local resources such as the camera so that you can scan barcodes, QR codes, or photos or documents. So we launched those features last year, and the next step is to bring some of the same mobile app experience to applications designed for Internet Explorer.
So what problem are you trying to solve here, Barry? I mean, can't I just use my iPad in general? Or maybe even just publish IE on Citrix?
Yeah, absolutely. And people ask, well, and we actually got this question when we first started talking about this product in public, why Internet Explorer? What would be magical about that? So the thing that we find from many businesses, especially medium to large size businesses, is there are still a large range of applications, web-based applications that require a specific version of Internet Explorer, or they have a plugin that only works on IE. It may even be a app that's no longer even supported by the vendor, but the customer has a lot of people using it. That's not something unusual. We hear that a great deal. In fact, I talked to one big pharma customer last year in the fall while we were talking about this product, who told us that they had 3,000 IE-based apps deployed via XenApp, and they had to keep those. And additionally, we've heard from contacts at Citrix that IE continues to be one of the top 2 or 3 published applications on XenApp worldwide. There's a lot of customers today using XenApp to deliver web-based applications, specifically web-based applications that require IE, especially older versions of IE. And in fact, that's one of the driving factors behind Citrix's new release, now called Secure Browser, because there's so many customers that actually use that technology. And of course, the way we play into this is you're delivering that IE-based app, and of course you can do it via receiver today to any of your devices, including your mobile devices. What we do is make that version of IE feel much more like a mobile version. In fact, in many ways, and you'll see when we get to the demo part, we make it feel like Safari. So it's much more touch-enabled. It's a much better user experience. It's still powered and transported by Citrix, and then we take it to the next level and transform it to give you a mobile app experience for that IE-based application.
Perfect. So, this is like a typical hopTo work application where you make it mobile friendly. You have the other Max features, I imagine. How does this work? Can you give us maybe some insights on what you guys did to make this actually, as powerful as it is?
Yeah, so as you're familiar with what we do for Windows applications, there are a number of things that we do for Windows applications, and we take a similar approach to web applications on IE. Of course, it does have to be a little bit different because this is a different model. So we are leveraging the core IE engine running on the Citrix XenApp server. That goes and accesses the application, and that application can have a number of different plugins on release. We will support Java. We will support Flash, Silverlight, and ActiveX on IE. So you'll run those on your XenApp server. There are some things that we do to the application before we send it across the wire. So we're not just pushing the pixels across the wire immediately. There are some things we do to interpret it and learn what that application is trying to do. Then we transmit it across the wire. We receive it on the client side. And then there's some additional things you'll see in the demo that we do that overlay on the client side, much like with the Windows apps, we can overlay those touch buttons. There's some overlays we can do on the client side with Max IE as well. For instance, a combo box or a scroll box. So you'll see that when we show you the demo. So it's both when the code is generated on the server side. Of course, we leverage that on the XenApp server. There's some magic that we do that's patented on that side. Then we send that across to the wire, and then we do overlays again to give you that mobile experience.
Perfect. Now, what does a user need to do to get this benefit?
Max IE will be a feature of hopTo work. So, we'll have support in both our hopTo work for Citrix and our hopTo work for RDS. Both of those products are out today. The hopTo work for Citrix today leverages, as we've discussed before, leverages RDP, but integrates with Citrix on the back end. We are planning to support this in our Citrix HDX release that we're targeting for Q2. We expect to be able to show that by Citrix Synergy in May, and we are targeting Max IE for that release as well. I feel fairly confident that we'll have that by that, but this is a complicated thing. As you know, we're building on top of that Citrix receiver engine, and there are some additional challenges we have because the receiver engine handles things a little bit differently than our original client does. So, but we do expect to deliver that as we announced in a press release in Q1, on HDX support as part of Project Mobilis.
Very cool. I can't wait for that. That is power. But what you're going to show right now is phenomenal, and then some. Like I said, I have it running on my iPad, and I love it. So let's see this thing.
Okay, so what you're seeing on your screen right now, Doug, I have my iPad Air connected to a MacBook. I'm running QuickTime on my MacBook. You'll see I have my iPad Air selected as the source, so it's just showing the screen from my iPad Air. So you're seeing my iPad Air screen live, of course, and I have access to it. I'm just moving the list of apps up and down. This is the client for hopTo work with the Max IE additional capabilities built in. We have this in beta now. So you can see it looks much like our existing hopTo work client. The only difference, it has all the things that you expect on a hopTo work client, including the list of Windows apps, but it also has a selection here on the menu on the left side for web apps. So the first thing I want to show you is we're going to just open up an IE-based application and go to this website called whatismybrowser.com. And we're just going to show so you can see that while this does not look at all like IE, it actually is running Internet Explorer. So you can see here we have, it's Internet Explorer, as I said, 11. We have Flash installed, though Flash is out of date. We need to update that. We have Java installed. It's running through 32-bit. You can see IP addresses, all that information. So, this is IE running on a XenApp server, but it doesn't look like IE. This looks like Safari, and it scrolls very smoothly as it's local. We do a lot of work to try to make this a local experience, including local scrolling. So we try to make this feel like it's local. So, I can go and open up another one. We have the version enabling set up on IE. So, it's still running IE 11, but browser compatibility, this is set for browser compatibility for IE 8. You'll see this other one is set up for browser compatibility for IE7. And of course, if I go to the main link, it's not doing any browser compatibility, and you'll see it just says IE8. There's no browser compatibility set up there. So you can see there, Internet Explorer 8 compatibility view. So you can see, I mean, this is very much like a Safari experience, though we're connecting to a server on the back end running IE on XenApp, over the internet. So let me close these tabs here, and then we'll go and run an actual web-based application. So this is an application set up on the web. One of our customers, actually, this is one of their applications. We have live access to it. You can see here, I need to log in, so I tap in the password field. When I tap in that field, much like our Mac Zoom feature on Windows apps, it recognizes that that's an input field and raises the keyboard. So I'm going to go here and tap in the password and hit sign in.
I tell you,
so
Barry, just a few days ago, I was using my iPad without hopTo, and just dealing with the keyboard alone, I about threw the thing out the window. That is my favorite feature, I think. It's so simple. It's so powerful.
Yeah, it is simple, and it really does make a app written for Windows, or in this case, written for Internet Explorer on Windows, feel like you're running a mobile app without you having to recode that mobile app. So, here we are inside this app. Again, it's smooth scrolls. It looks like it's running on Safari locally. I'm going to go ahead and tap Events. And then so I can show you some of the additional features, I'll tap here, Add Event. So this brings up a form that we can fill out within this web-based application. So, if I tap an event name, again, it recognizes that's an input field. I can scroll down here, see the other things. I can.
What about the combo boxes? Combo boxes are pain within Internet Explorer on mobile through Citrix. So you guys do anything there?
Yeah, so I'll show you here. We've got a few different drop downs and combo boxes here. So I'm going to tap on this one that says event start time. I'll tap on that, and so what it does is generate that combo box on the server side. We send down the information from it, but this looks like a Safari combo box. So where if this was IE, this would be a small combo box. You'd only see 4 or 5 combo options. Typically, you would scroll through it with your mouse. Of course, you don't have a mouse on an iPad, so you'd have to tap that arrow in just the right spot to try to do that. But this is because this is designed to look like a Safari combo box. It's very easy for you to scroll through. It's large enough, and you have easy access to it. So it makes it very, very simple to use. Yeah, so that's the goal here, is to take this app that's designed for Internet Explorer, and whether the backend requires a Java plugin, as I said, Flash, Silverlight, or ActiveX, deliver it to an iPad, and in the future we will support this on Android as well, but deliver it to a mobile device and make it feel like it's a local browser. Have a mobile app experience, even for apps designed for Internet Explorer.
And how does somebody get their hands on this?
So this will be released in Q2. So we're almost here. We're recording this video here at the end of Q1, March of 2016. So we'll have this available in Q2. We're just finishing up some QA and some things on the additional plugins. As you can see, most of the work is done. So we have it done, obviously, for most HTML-based web apps. We've done most of the work. We've done the work on Silverlight and Flash. There are some additional hoops to jump through for Java and ActiveX, some things we found in our QA that we're finishing up now, but the target is to release this here in Q2.
Are there any things that just don't work? That nothing you can do to make it work?
Well, obviously, we can't test every single application. We're testing as much as we can, a wide variety as we can. But we imagine there will be some things that we run across as customers go and download this and install it and start using it. Microsoft says there's 2.7 million different Windows applications. My guess is because many people write their own web-based applications, there may be even more web-based applications that are using, some combination of Java, Flash, Silverlight, and ActiveX. So we imagine there will be some things that people run into. But we think we have the basics covered here. The biggest challenge for us, especially with some of these other plugins, has been the recognizing the input fields. There's so many different ways that people do input fields. So we think we have that. Those are some of the things we're working on right now. I will add that one of the great features of this is this will automatically scale to the size of your device. So this should work right out of the box, not only with an iPad, everything from mini up to a Pro, the big Pro, but also on iPhones, and not just the phablet size, the larger size iPhones, but the standard size iPhones as well. So it should scale the web page to fit on that phone. Of course, you're going to be better off in landscape mode. You turn your phone sideways so you can see the width of the page, but it should scale to fit that page.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. I love it, Barry. I love what you guys are doing.
The other thing I'd add, we don't have it available here in this demo, but the admin of this is very easy. Essentially, you run a wizard. You tell it that you want to leverage the MaxIE capability. You put in the URL and which version of browser compatibility that you want, what plugins that are required for it. You just check boxes, and then you hit OK, and you're done. You don't have to run a tool or designer to redesign the front end. It's designed to do this very simply and elegantly, and not require a whole bunch of work on the front end for you. You should be able to roll this out for your existing apps very quickly and easy.
Well, what would you say it does take to you have a handful of web applications? What would it take an admin to roll this out?
It should be very, very easy. I mean, you'll need the URLs. You'll need to know what plugins. Of course, in many cases, you're already going to have these deployed on your Citrix server. So they already be set up. I mean, and if you don't, you're going to spend more time making sure that you know which version of IE that's required, which compatibility mode it needs to be into, and which plugin it needs, to make sure that you have the right stuff installed for the plugin. That's going to take you more time, which you'd have to do in any case, even if you're just doing this with pure Citrix or pure RDS or VMware. Then it will take you to run our wizard. Our wizard should literally take you a few minutes per app.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to know. We already have them published, like you said. It's one of the number one, number two, number three app published and rolled out there. So, it's just going to take you a couple more minutes to mobilify it. That's powerful. I love it. Barry, anything else you'd like to show with this, or you want to call this a demo?
I think we covered all the steps. As I said earlier, with MaxIE, give you a mobile app experience for existing applications deployed via Internet Explorer. It adds on to what we're already doing for Windows. The way we view it, as we say in our tagline, this is Citrix XenApp touch enabled. Just add hopTo.
I love it. Just add hopTo. Thank you so much, Barry.
All right. Thanks a lot, Doug. Have a good day.